Get ready for a really fun round of golf at one of my favorite LA courses, Hansen Dam. You're watching the over-the-top miracle swing. Hey guys, Merry Christmas. I am so excited to share a course vlog with you guys. I haven't done this in a while, so I'm going to take you out on the golf course and we're going to be watching how I navigate my way around the course. Now, I'll tell you something. I played a couple days ago and I did not play well. I just was kind of searching for it, and then it dawned on me that sacred step number 2, the inside takeaway, I'd kind of gotten into my old routine of swinging more out and around. I was like, you got to take that club back to the inside, man. Boom. All of a sudden, the magic returns. You have to be able to coil into your trail side to maximize your leverage. Otherwise, you'll try and create speed in other ways that aren't as efficient, like with your hands and arms, okay? This is the problem that every golfer has in the world. But I'm working on a new driver video series called Miracle Drive. It's going to have multiple sections. It's a course with speed training, technique, what kind of driver I'm hitting, all sorts of great elements that I've learned through the years to be able to really drive the ball well. And so we went out to a course called Hansen Dam. My buddy that I started my swing evolution with, Joel, he's the guy that encouraged me to start playing golf again. And so this course used to kick both of our butts. It's really kind of funny because playing it, we're hitting wedges into greens that we used to hit like 5 and 6 irons into, that kind of stuff. But we both hit the ball 50 yards farther than we used to. I think that that's a fair number to put on it. But today's round is a lot of fun. I hope you guys are able to play golf. We're having great weather right now here in Southern California. So the next Miracle Swing Weekend Golf School is January 25th and 26th. I hope you guys will come out. Half the spots are taken. There's a few spots left. So I hope you're going to jump on those. After New Year's, the price is going to go up when I launch my new website. So I'd encourage you to jump on this opportunity. It's always so much fun and we learn so much. It's 14 hours of instruction over the course of a weekend and we do everything. And if you haven't seen the Miracle Swing, I highly recommend you get the video series, okay? The Over the Top Miracle Swing is an 8-video series that breaks down the original champion's golf swing. If you like this video, please click like, subscribe, and leave a comment. I'll make sure to try and respond to all the questions. And if you're a local golfer, you'll probably get a kick out of this round of golf at Hansen Dam. All right, guys, here I am at the first hole at Hansen Dam. It's a straightaway par 4. It's not too long. And that's a great way to start any round. Drive straight down the middle. Now I have about 104 yards into this pin that is right here. And I'm just gonna throw a ball straight at it, do my little OTT move, and try and compress this thing. That was a good thump. Landed just left of the pin, leaving me a short birdie opportunity. So here I am. I'm thinking that this putt's going to break just a little bit to the right. And right here, I adjust my stance. I'm like, okay, I don't want to be on the low side. And man, that thing just didn't move at all. Totally bummed that I didn't make that birdie. But here's the second hole. This is a par 5. And the thing that's funny is my buddy Joel and I were talking about how these courses used to be such a challenge in terms of length back in the day when we started playing them nearly 20 years ago. Now it's not really that big of a deal. Yeah, but after I did my speed training, you know, I picked up probably a solid 12 miles an hour all the time that I just always have in the tank. So that's a nice drive in the middle of the fairway. That set me up with about, like, I think I had 224 yards here. You can see me practicing my inside and over the top practice swing right there. And that's what it's all about, is, you know, you have to get wound up and you can't overdo this. I had always been taught that this was a bad thing from when I was a teenager. It just gives you so much easy leverage. And once again, this is right at the pin, right at it.
Thank you.
So I wound up just short of this green, and there's not an awful lot of room to land it. I'd have to throw some high spinner up in the air, and since the grass is pretty smooth, I figured I'd just roll this putt up there. So you can see I'm doing a claw grip, and I have to put a little bit of a pretty decent hit on this ball because it's quite a ways to that pin. You see that little ridge it has to go over. That left me about, you know, maybe 2 feet for birdie. So now I'm 1 under par, and that feels pretty good. Right, here's the 3rd hole. Just gonna try and play it cut out into the right side of the fairway, and that should set me up nicely with a good angle at this green. Oh yeah, that's right in the mayor's office right there. That was a good feeling swing, solid contact. And so here I've got a little 9-iron. It's about 140 yards. So I just want to hit a nice smooth shot in there. And I'll tell you, this one never left the flag. That thing was all over, and it hit 1 foot behind the flag. There's my buddy Joel making his par putt. And it gave me a pretty good look. Now I'm on the high side of the green, and I'm thinking of playing about the same amount of break. And this pin is leaning towards the part of the cup where the ball's going to enter, so I decided to just pull it. Sometimes I don't worry about the pin. My buddy likes to play with the pin in, but we're just going to pull it here. So I'm playing this about 1.5 cups out to the left. It's still not enough. Here's the 4th hole. Overcook a draw. So I make a joke that you can get drunk with power with this OTT move, and I just didn't throw that ball out far enough to the right. I needed to start that ball over the sand trap. I wound up making a bogey and giving that birdie right back. So I'm back to even par here. In the 5th hole, gonna cut the corner with this driver and hopefully set myself up with a nice approach shot. That was right where I wanted it.
So, dude, when did we first start playing at this golf course?
Oh man, it's probably been close to 20 years.
So, do you remember where we used to hit it 20 years ago?
Way shorter. Way shorter.
That's a bomb. That's so pretty.
What a difference a few years and some golf practice makes, right?
I did it twice in a row. So I've been playing with a little bit of a stronger grip, which worked out great on those first couple of holes where I just flagged it. But I wound up making a bogey here, which was very irritating. So now I'm +1. This is a par 5. I just blew it straight down the middle. I had a nice 3-wood in, and I left my 3-wood just short of the green. It's actually a pretty long hole, believe it or not. And I hit a pitch shot about, I'd say, 10 feet underneath the hole, and I had a real hard time reading it, and I ended up, the ball just faded off to the right, and I missed that birdie putt, unfortunately. And here's the hook again, once again. So if I don't make my path more into out, that strong grip is just going to shut that face, and it's so irritating. But I splashed out of the bunker and made about a 30-footer with 8 foot of break to make my par. So I'm still +1. Now this is the 8th hole, and there's a huge gully in the middle of this hole. It's not that long. It's a little short of 400 yards, but everything rolls off to the left from the middle of the fairway, and there's a valley. So I want to hit a cutout to the right side of the fairway where it starts to flatten out.
There you go, bud. That's great.
And that was just what the doctor ordered. Okay, so here I am, inside and over. You can see my rehearsal. This is the miracle swing. So I'm gonna try and just weaken my grip a little. I'm also gonna play out a little bit to the right, play my natural shot, which is a draw, and I'm just gonna thump this thing and try and compress it back to that pin. That was just a smash right at it. So I'm excited to see where this ball winds up. So it turns out this is my 5th birdie putt in 8 holes that's inside of 10 feet. I put this at about, maybe 8 to 10 feet. And it looks to me like this putt's going to break again a little bit left to right. It seems like I've had this putt all day long. But here I'm only going to aim maybe about a half a cup out to the left. And finally, so that's my 2nd birdie on the front 9, takes me back to even par. Now here's the 9th hole, and I'm gonna just, it's funny, this hole was such a long hole to me. It used to feel like a par 5, but when you hit the ball 240, it's one thing, but it's so much easier when you can hit the ball 280 or 290. So all the courses I used to play, they feel so gettable, shall I say. I've never broken 80 here. Actually, this is the first fairway I missed. I left myself with 165 yards, and I was blocked out by a tree, so I punched a 5-iron right up there, pin high, and so this putt is to go 1 under on the front 9. And there's a tremendous amount of slope on this green, just a ton. So I've just got to try and play this out and let it take the break and hopefully sink this thing to finish my front 9 under par. So I wound up shooting 2 over par because I 3-putted 17 and 18, which I had obviously birdie putts. But overall, it was a really fun round of golf, and I can't wait to play Hansen Dam again.
Beauty, dude.
I hope you hit them long and hit them straight.
That was perfect.
It feels like you can't miss.
I hit over 200 balls, 0 slice.
Pretty.
Yeah, like I'm trying to mess one up on purpose and I can't.
I am a miracle swinger. And thank you so much.